So, Muslim Daycare Part 2. So, yeah, like, I'm just trying to be honest about how I think and feel about this stuff as a native Irish person with the spine to actually speak my mind, like, my own mind, and my own thoughts about what I'm experiencing and what I think about the state of my country, as well as the fate of my country. And yeah, oh, boo hoo, I leave myself open to be targeted for bullshit PC politics and people who are offended by my point of view. But you know what I say to people like that? Fuck you. Okay? You're a stupid animal and you don't understand what is happening, and you don't understand that this is planned and that this is being called for by people like Turkey's Erdogan, by extremist imams all over Europe who are preaching out of all those mosques paid for by those disgusting Saudi extremist Wahhabists who Western nations are empowering and probably collaborating with to use Islam as a means of dividing and conquering the West. So, anyway, I see three Muslim women with approaching 20 children, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening in this country? Like, things are going to be very, very, very different in one generation's time, like 20 years or something. Ireland is not going to be Irish. Ireland is not going to be recognizable to people like me, and it barely is already. And I'm just wondering, like, why people are so willing to just let this country be stolen out from under us. Did your ancestors not fight and die for this country? Did your ancestors not suffer when this country was the poverty-stricken shithole that it used to be? And I say the term shithole in a kind of cheerfully honest way because this country has had a lot of troubles, and this country has not been anything great as far as a place people wanted to come and live for most of its history. And it's only recently, since we gained our independence and were able to make it something remarkable, that people want to come and live here. And now our traitorous politicians who are in power, the Taoiseach of this country was not even elected. What the fuck is going on? And he is a globalist piece of shit. Like, why is that fucking Indian dirtbag in office in this country, leading the Irish people? He is a traitor. He is not Irish. He should not be running this country. He wasn't even fucking elected. Come on, people. Like, and you don't care about this? You're not willing to do anything about this? You're just complacent because you have a decent wage and you have some modicum of a social life? You're gonna let your country be hijacked? You're gonna let your country go by the wayside? You're gonna let your country be overtaken and overrun by the multinational corporate oligarchy and those with the lack of scruples to allow them to be willing to collaborate with such nefarious actors? I mean, it all just bothers me a lot, and I find it difficult to even talk to people about any of this because people are just so willing to cast aspersions. So people are so willing to just shut out any reasonable point of view you have because you hold a point of view that is culturally not acceptable, and that they are conditioned to attack people who think certain things, and then as soon as you say thing X, Y, or Z that is not allowed to be said, you just open yourself up to attack and criticism and lies and rumor spreading and accusations by all the petty peasants that so surround us. The peasants are the Panopticon, really. Like, we live in an era of thought crime, and the intellectual box that we are locked in is made out of idiots. Like, we're surrounded by idiots, and when we express ourselves to the dislike of the idiots by whom we are surrounded, then the box, its walls tighten and squish us ever more into the little thought control box and remove our ability to act by spreading enmity toward us, by causing us problems, by misrepresenting our points of view to others, so that stupid people who are willing to judge the world based on second-hand information will treat you as less because of what you think. And it doesn't matter that you can substantiate your point of view. It doesn't matter that you understand the issues well enough and have put in many hours researching and attempting to understand them. None of that matters, really. What matters is you stepped out of line and you were surrounded by peasants, and so you will be bad-mouthed. You will be taken down a peg. You will be shut down, and you will be marginalized. And that bothers me, because I know big changes are coming. I know nationalism is going to win out in the end. I know that those who hate Trump have their hate based on nothing other than believing what they're told. And I know things are going to turn around eventually, because the way things are going, more and more people are waking up, and my points of view are being legitimized. But at the same time, most people are fools. Most people don't try to inform themselves. And how long is it going to take for enough of the dumb shit people that are out there who make up the general population? How long is it going to take for these people to start turning around intellectually and taking a stand intellectually? I mean, if it happens at all, by the time it does, it is going to be too late. And so I feel like someone like me who notices what I perceive to be problems, and someone like me with the willingness to talk about said perceived problems, that I should maybe do what I can to try to begin spreading the word and showing people it's okay that when you see 20 Muslim children that you're fucking worried about it, okay? Islam and Ireland, the cultures are at odds. Islam and European values, Western values more generally, those cultures are at odds, okay? If Sharia law is instituted, we have to convert to Islam or we are to be killed, okay? The fact that people who believe in Sharia are operating in our country is a threat to our culture, is a threat to our nation, is a threat to our very identity. And people need to just wake the fuck up and do their research and try to understand Islam. This is a doctrine of conquest. This is an ideology that preaches intolerance against non-believers. This is a belief system where you are supposed to deceive, lie to, and manipulate the kafir, the unbelievers, those who are not like you. And as far as things go in Ireland, that means the native Irish people. As far as things go across Europe and the Western world, that means you, natives of your own home countries. Okay, you are going to be subject to the cultural subversion that Islam intends to bring to you. So people need to start waking the fuck up and being more serious and not being so naive, so easily misled, and just so hopelessly empty-headed, because there's a lot happening that you all should be paying attention to. And I know I'm probably speaking to the choir, but this is important, okay? Islam should not go unchecked in Ireland because it is a threat to Ireland. Islam should not go unchecked in Europe because it is a threat to Europe, okay? It's the same with North America and the West generally, but Europe, you need to watch your back because danger is here, and you can't just be the complacent idiots that many of you still seem to want to be, because you have a modicum of comfort in your lives and you want to cheerfully ignore reality. So on that note, this is CB Ahern of Social Dynamics, wishing you a pleasant Saturday, a happy new year, and begging, pleading, like, share, comment, spread the word, donate if you can. So, salutations, I bid you adieu, good luck and good day. Me out.